then exception handling, which we are going to talk about in this particular class, and I think this will go for 3 classes. So it's an important concept, and in data science point of view also, if I can say that okay, I want to make things automated, then in that scenario exception handling may be useful, right? So today we'll talk about the basic understanding of what exception handling is, and then we'll take this class to tomorrow and day after to complete this entire concept. So first of all, what is exceptional handling and why it is required? We'll take some scenario. We'll try to understand how we can take care of the exceptions and what all options we have in this particular exception handling block in Python. Now in exception, there are 2 types of error you will get. One is syntax error, second is runtime error. Okay. For example, in exception handling, the very first error will be syntax error, where you are writing something wrong, right? Suppose I want to write if statement and I forget to add colon in that statement. In that scenario, I'll get an error, and that is a syntax error because the way it should be programmed, you did not write the correct code, and in that scenario, you'll get this type of error. Second is runtime error. For example, I'm dividing some number with 0. I know that I cannot divide a number with 0, so it will throw me an error, 0 division error. So that is one type of error, which is a runtime error as well. Let's generate these errors. So first of all, x is equal to 20, and if x is equal to 20, we normally write colon, right? After that, print the value of x is x, like that. Okay, so here everything is fine, it is working fine, but suppose I forget to add this colon. In that case, when I will execute this statement, you will get an invalid syntax, and that is nothing but syntax error. So as a programmer, it is very much I would say, as a programmer, this is your responsibility that you have to write your code in a correct syntax, right? So exception handling, when we are doing, obviously we don't prefer to create the exception handling for syntactical errors, because it is expected that programmer will take care of all the syntaxes before it will be executed. At that point in time, the code is perfectly fine, there will not be any issues in the code. Second type of error will be runtime error. So runtime error will be what? For example, I'm dividing a number with a 0. Simple, right? Print 20 by 0. It will directly giving me an error, which is 0 division error. So exceptions are actually here, the exception generated, right? It's like an error coming in because of the wrong division we are doing. So exception handling, when we are applying, we normally apply when there is a runtime error we are getting. For example, while executing the program, if something goes wrong, right, then it is known as runtime error, and to take care of that, we will require this runtime exception handling. What other type of error will you get? Zero division error is one of the errors. Let's say I'm printing 10 divided by a. Now we know that we cannot divide a number with a string. In that case also you will get an error, right? So when I will execute this particular command, you can see that it is giving me a type error. One more example, let's say I have x is equal to integer, input, enter some number, right? Print x. It is asking for an integer, but you are passing a string. It will throw me an error, which is nothing but value error. Okay, so these are the different, again there are a lot of type of errors. I'll talk about some of them, but there are a lot of type of errors which we have to take care of while we are running a code. So in a simple term, what is an exception? An unwanted event, or I can say an unwanted and unexpected event, which is going to disturb our regular flow of the program, that is an exception. Okay, so basically an unwanted and unexpected event which is going to disturb our regular flow of the program, that is nothing but an exception. All right, now why exception handling is required? If I think about as a layman term, why exception handling is required? It's okay if we are getting an error, that's okay. Why you want to take care of that? To complete the program or to terminate the program gracefully. I don't want that my program will end like abnormally. It should be terminate gracefully. I'll take a simple example. We are going to talk about databases in the future classes, but there is a way. Those guys who are non-technical, right? For them, this is what my discussion is all about. Let's say there is a user. Okay, let's say Paresh is there. Okay, let's say he is Paresh and he connected to Oracle. Okay, he connected to Oracle database. Now he want to do some query, he want to write some query, he want to get the input, he want to get the output from the data and all those things he want to perform in this database. Okay, database is nothing but it's a place where we store all the data. We'll talk about database in detail in the SQL classes, but as of now, as a layman term, you can just understand that it's an Excel file we are putting all the data, something like that. Obviously it's not an Excel, but it's type of a same type of structure. So I have a database which consists of a lot of Excel files in a simple, very layman term. Now he is accessing one of the Excel files. He is accessing one of the tables. Let's now I make that as a table. Okay, I'll make that Excel file name as a table. So he want to access one Excel file, one table, and he writes some query, select star from table, something like that. So there is syntax again for it. We'll discuss that in the SQL class. But as of now, he wrote some query and he hit the database. He got some output and he is able to see the output. Okay. Now, suddenly there is a light failure happened. Electricity gone. Now what will happen? The connection between Paresh and the database is interrupted. It's broken. As the connection broken down in the database, there is still one session is executing because the session which Paresh was logged into in the database is still active. Obviously Paresh is not able to access that, but in the database one session is active. Why? Because an unwanted, unexpected event happened. Electricity gone, there is a connection breakdown happened, and one session is still active in the database. Okay, and the problem is what? Suppose he is accessing employee table. Now this table will get locked. This table is now locked. Now, as this table is locked, if Kushal tries to access this table, he will not able to access the table because it is already locked by Paresh. And these type of things we have to take care of in the real time scenario. That's why exceptional handling is very important. Suppose there is a connection interruption happened, what will happen? It will go to the next step. It will break the connection which is already present, the break the session which is already present in the database, so that any new user can able to access that particular table. Right, so when we are writing a big amount of code, big lines of code, there are chances that we may face lot of errors, and during that I don't want that some resources will be logged because of that failure, or some process which I wanted to execute, but because the previous process failed, that's why the next process is not running in. So I want to take care of those type of scenarios, and because of that exceptional handling is very important. Till this point, are you guys okay? Any doubts why exceptional handling is required? Is that making sense to all of you, especially to non-techies? I need responses. Come on guys, quickly. Exception handling is some error is coming in, I want to take care of that error. Exception handling is required, and again, error can be in any code, any form, so exception handling is very much required, right? I can quote lot many examples. We'll see that in future sessions also. There will be various scenarios we'll discuss. Now, what is the meaning of exception handling? We already know what is exception. Now, what is the meaning of exceptional handling? Defining alternative way to continue rest of the program normally is known as exception handling. Defining alternative way. If something goes wrong, okay, do this. If something goes wrong, okay, do that. Defining alternative way to continue rest of the program normally is known as exception handling. All right, defining alternative way to continue rest of the program normally. That is what exception handling is all about. For example, let's say I want to read one file. Now we spoke about database. Now one more example. I want to read one file. Now that file is present in my Nagpur server. Okay, the file is present in my one of the locations server. So what I will do is I will run the try. Now this is the syntax of exception handling. Try statement 1 except statement 2. That is the syntax of taking care of the exception handling. We'll talk about this in detail, but as of now just try to understand this is the syntax you have to write. Try. After that, this is my code, which is a risky code. There will be a risk for executing this code because there are chances that something may be wrong, may happen at this particular statement. For example, I want to read the data from the Nagpur server. Okay, but there are chances that the file is not present at this location. Pretty much possible. Let's say I am sitting in Gurgaon. I want to access this file, and I told Asta that you put the file in the server so that I will able to access the file. But let's say there is some connectivity issue at the Asta's location. She is not able to put the file in the server. Then when I will try to access the file is not there, so I will get an error. The file is not found. Right? So basically, this is the risky part of a code where I want to access a file. There are chances that file may not be there. If file may not be there, then what should I do? Then this except block comes into picture. If something is wrong here, then do this. Read, let's say, data from Gurgaon file. So what happened here? I went to the code looking for the Nagpur file, not present, no problem. I'll go to Gurgaon file and read that file, if that will solve your problem. Okay, so that is how my cycle runs. That is how my flow runs basically. So any risky code which you think there are chances that error will come, I will try to put that in the try block. And if something goes wrong in this risky code, then what you want will be a part of except block. Okay. Now, some of the points I want to write is, if exception handling is not there, then Python terminate the program abnormally, right? Obviously, because if exception handling is not there, then it will terminate the program abnormally and print exception error message. That is what we saw here, right? If you remember here, these are what? These are the exceptions raised by the Python. Now I don't want this error. For example, let's take a very small example. Print hello. After that, print 10 divided by, or let's say 20 divided by 0. Print hi. Now my question is, out of these three lines, what all lines will work? What do you think? At this point, what all lines will work? First will work, second will give me error, will third work or not? What do you think, guys? I need responses. Come on. Only first will work. Absolutely, right? So when I will execute this command, you can see that it printed hello. After that, division by 0 happened. After that, hi did not execute. But my requirement is what? My requirement is hello should run. This is my risky code. There are chances that I will get an error. So put this in a try block. If something goes wrong here, give me the exception. After that, this line should also work. So what will be the syntax then? As per our understanding, the syntax will be something like this. I'll have try block. Inside that try block, we can put the risky code. After that, except block. And let's say I'll put what? Print error occurred and done. Now what you see here, this line ran successfully. This line was a risky line, throw me an error. Because there was an error, it went to except block. It printed the except block line. After that, it executed hi. All right. So that is how you will able to take care of the risky codes. There are chances that I will get this error. I may not get this error. Let's say here I am not getting any error. Then obviously this line will not execute because this is executing perfectly fine. So no point getting into this. My program will not go into this line because I know that there will not be any error. There is not any error present here. So it will just go and do the needful and then print hi. Okay. So that is how a simple exception handling block works. Obviously, we have to talk about a lot of things, but as of now, this is the simple exception block which we can create. Now, there are various Python exception hierarchy present. So we'll talk about that. Few of them. Python exception hierarchy. I will also let you know how to insert an image in Jupyter Notebook. Okay. I created one image here. This is exception handling block which I have created. I want to insert this image. It's an image PNG file. I want to insert this image in my Jupyter Notebook for my reference. Okay. For that, first of all, I have to check import os.get.cwd. You can see that my current working directory is nothing but this, right? My current working directory is this. And where is my image? My image is also in the downloads. That means the current working directory and the image both are in same location. So I'll go here and I will write exclamation square bracket open and close. After that normal bracket. After that I'll just copy the file name exception handling .png. It's a extension is png. It's a png file. So exception handling .png. And if I will execute this, something is wrong here. Put it here. So here I have to go and click on markdown. Okay, once you click on markdown, then execute this. You can see the image is coming in. All right, so I'll again repeat this process. Let me double click, delete. I want to insert the image. Image is present in my working directory. So exclamation square bracket. I'll pass the file name .png, and then I will click on this markdown, and then I will execute. You will get the image in your this thing. What do you say? Jupyter Notebook. Okay. So again, if you want to create your own GitHub profile and you want to showcase lot many flow charts and everything in a Jupyter Notebook, then you can create this type of image and put that in the Jupyter Notebook, and you can put that in the GitHub repository so that it will be more attractive for people to understand that what you are trying to explain and all those things, right? So this is a good technique you can think of utilizing for your GitHub repository. So here we have a base exception. Inside that we have exception system exit, generator exit, keyboard interrupt. So basically my program can fail through exceptions. Through some system exit may happen, generator exit may happen, maybe keyboard interrupt. I want to stop through keyboard, I can do that. So these are the ways I will get the exceptions. Inside this exceptions, we have again various type of errors you will see. Attribute error, arithmetic error, end of file error, name error, lookup error, OS error, type error, value error. Inside that arithmetic, you can see zero division error that we saw just now, floating point error, overflow error. These are some of the most frequent errors you will see. Same in lookup error, you will see index error, key error. In operating system error, you will see file not found error, interrupted error, permission error, timeout error, right? You have, obviously this is not the exhaustive list. There are some other type of errors also will get, but these are like most frequent errors you will face, right? So this is like a hierarchy. In exceptions, we will have all these different types of errors, and exception handling is taking care of these errors which are coming under exceptions. Okay, these type of errors, system exit, generator exit, keyboard interrupt, all those things I will not take care through exception handling. These type of errors which are present in here, taken care by exception handling. Okay, now let's take some example to try to understand how we will write multiple blocks. Let's say we'll take some case statements, we'll take some scenarios, and we'll try to understand what will happen. Try statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, except statement 4, and then statement 5. Let's say my code is like this. Okay, now I want you guys to answer case 1 will happen. When this case 1 will happen is my question. Okay, statement 1 executed, statement 2 executed, statement 3 executed, statement 5 executed. When this scenario will happen, when there will be any error in the code, or when there will not be any error in the code? What do you think? Absolutely, when there will be no error in the code, then what will happen? Statement 1 will execute, statement 2 will execute, 3 will execute. It will obviously not execute 4 because everything is fine. Then statement 5 will execute. Perfect. Now when this will happen, case 2, statement 1, statement 4, statement 5. Will this ever happen or not? It will happen, right? Obviously, when there is a error in statement 2, when there, because statement 1 ran executed fine, it executed fine, Priyanka. When it comes to statement 2, it will throw me an error, then 4, 5 will execute. Now case 3, statement, or let's say, okay, let's say statement 1 executed, statement 2 executed, something goes wrong in statement 3. So which statement will execute? If something goes wrong in statement 3, then which will execute? Statement 4 will execute. But something wrong happened in statement 4 as well. Something wrong happened in statement 4 as well. Now what will happen? Will my code normally exit or abnormally exit? What do you think? Will that be abnormal termination or normal termination? It will be an abnormal termination, right? Because 1 चल गया, 2 चल गया, 3 में फेल हो गया, 4 आया, 4 भी खराब हो गया, 4 भी फेल हो गया, तो 5 तक तो पहुंचेगा नहीं. It will be abnormal termination. After 4 something goes wrong, then abnormal termination will happen. We'll take all the practical example as well. I'm just helping you understand what all possible scenarios are possible. Is this clear to all of you guys? Till this point, all techies, non-techies, all good? All right. Now, let's come to a scenario. Can this be possible? I have a code. Okay. I have a try block. Inside that, I have statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4, then except block, statement 5, statement 6. This is one scenario. Okay. Now you tell me one thing. If something goes wrong at statement 2, where will it go next? If something goes wrong in statement 2, where will it go next? It will go to except block, right? That means, can I say that statement 3 and statement 4 will not execute? Can I say that? But can I say, but let's take a scenario that statement 3 and statement 4 are very important for me. I don't want that to be missed. Then what is the solution? Do you think of any solution here? Because statement 3, 4 is very important, very critical for me. I cannot miss these statements. I want this to execute. Then the concept of multiple try except block comes into picture. Let's take that scenario. This is my old code. Now I am creating new code. Try. Let me change it to black. Try statement 1. Okay. After that, I know that statement 2 is a risky statement. There are chances that something may go wrong in statement 2. I cannot afford to lose statement 3 and statement 4. I definitely want to run these statements. So what will I do? I will have one more try block. Statement 2 will be there. If something goes wrong in statement 2, then statement 2.1 will execute. After that, statement 3, statement 4 will execute. And then we'll have except block for the entire block. Let's say statement 5, statement 6. Okay. Now, if something goes wrong at this point, where will the next command will go? Will it go to this or will it go to this? Will it execute statement 5 or statement 2.1? Statement 2.1, perfect, right? So once my statement 2.1 will execute, after that what will happen? Will it go to accept or will it go to next line, statement 3? It will go to statement 3, absolutely. And that is how you can take care of these type of scenarios. And for that, multiple try except blocks comes into picture. We'll talk about finally another clause as well. Wait for that. We'll come to that. As of now, we are just trying to understand the flow. Okay. Now, we'll talk about finally, we'll talk about else, everything will come. So don't worry about that. So for this, I already created one scenario. Let me just put the image for you guys. So put it here in my downloads. This is the image I already created, multiple try.png. Multiple try.png. So I want this to be with the code so that you will have this handy with you. Right? So this is the scenario which we discussed. It's for you, for your reference. Now, we'll see that, we'll see practically also. We have try, and let's say this is my outer block, outer try block, let's say. Okay. Then I will have one more try block inside the try block, which is nothing but inner try block. Okay. And let's say I'm purposefully giving one error, 20 divided by 0. Except print error occurred. Now this is the try block, this is the corresponding except block. Okay. After that, I will have one more except block, or let's say I will have one more print statement 2, something like this, which is outside this try and except, and then except block, print outer except block, and here also I will write print, this is inner except block, and then we'll have, let's say, print statement 3, something, right? Let's execute and try to understand what happens. Okay, something happened. Now we have to understand what happened actually. Let's go. Let's see here. Obviously this will run. It ran successfully. After that it get into inner block. It executed this. It will give me an error. Obviously it gave me the error, so it will go and execute this part. Error occur, print. Inner except block, print. After that, what will happen? It will execute this. After that, this will not execute, right? Because I am not getting any error in this bigger try block. I got an error in a try block. I did not get any error in bigger try block. So this will not be executing. Then it will execute print 3. Is that clear to all of you? Simple. Yes or no? Inner try block is nothing but this try, this try. This is my outer try block. So basically मेरे पास एक outer में एक try लिखा हुआ है मैंने. Then मैंने यहाँ पे एक और inner दे दिया है फिर. Try के अंदर try. So I gave the name as outer try block. This is inner try block. Okay. Kushal, where is no print in front of it? Okay, here. हाँ तो ये तो चल भी नहीं रहा ना. This inner except block is nothing but this one. तो the error तो मेरा already throw कर दिया. Print डाल देते हैं, इसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Then inner try block will print. तो ये लाइन तो चल जाएगा, फिर यहाँ पे एरर आ जाएगा. All the statements will execute in the except block. Yes, Asta, that is correct. But there are chances that, like, there are options where we can pass multiple excepts also. We'll discuss that in the future class, tomorrow's class mostly. Suppose let's say मैंने 10 डिवाइड बाय 0 किया, तो it should give me 0 division error. तो मेरा except जो है वो 0 division error वाला चलना चाहिए. Suppose मैंने integer की जगह alphabet पास कर दिया. In that case, it should execute a type error. Then it should go to type error wala block. So that type of routing we can do. We'll discuss that. Okay. But as of now, yes, we have only one except block. So everything which is inside that except block will execute. All right. Now there is a concept of finally as well. Now what is finally? Let's try to understand finally. We have try. Let's say I have print statement 1. Okay. Then we have except print statement 2. Then we have finally print statement 3. This is how I can write try except finally. Let's say I have one statement, print 10 by 0. Now you tell me, if I am executing this part of a code, what all things will print? What do you think will happen? Don't think about finally, ignore finally, but tell me till this point. I have try, it will print statement 1 first of all, right? After that, this will fail, then it will print statement 2. All agree? So statement 1 will print, then this will fail. Because of this, as it failed, it will go to statement 2. So basically statement 1 and statement 2 will execute. All agree to it? Now finally is a statement which always run, whether there is a failure in the statement, whether there is no failure in the statement, finally block will always execute. Okay, so if I will run this, you can see that statement 1, 2, 3 all executed. But let's say I don't have any error. Now tell me what will happen. What will be the output? Statement 1 will execute, 10 divided by 2, 5 will come. Statement 2 will not execute. Statement 3 will execute. You can see statement 1, 5.0, statement 3. Is that clear to all of you? So finally block is always gonna run, and this is something like, for example, let's say मैंने कोई code चला, I created a code, and in that code, whether there will be an error or there will not be an error, I want to send an email to Milind. he is my manager, and I want to send an email to Milind that I am executing, like basically, let's say I want to do some calculation of the salaries of my employees, and Milind is the director of the company. I am doing some calculation, and some let's say something goes wrong in the program. In that case, also Milind should get an email that program failed or something. If everything is running fine, then also Milind should be informed that this is the salary. So in both the scenarios, my email command is executing to send an email to Milind. Whether the code is running fine or not, Milind should be informed. Then that statement will come to which block? It will come to finally block. All right. That is the purpose of finally. Always it will run. Now, I'll take one scenario and try to help you understand what all things will happen, right? So that will be very much perfect on this exception handling. I am creating try statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. After that, again try statement 4, statement 5, statement 6, except statement 7. Finally, statement 8, except statement, or in fact, I will write one more line here. Statement 9, statement 10, finally, statement 11, statement 12. This is my code. Okay. Try block. Inside that I have statement 1, 2, 3 and statement 9. If something goes wrong in any of these statement, it will get into this or not sure. Obviously something goes wrong here, it will go to directly here, it will not go here, obviously. So statement 1, 2, 3 will happen, then statement 4, 5, 6 will happen. If something goes wrong in 4, 5, 6, then it will go to statement 7 and then 8 and 9, and this flow we already have some understanding. Now, with that understanding, let's try to understand what all cases are possible. I'm going to talk about 14 different cases, and you guys have to answer what will be the output. My case 1 is when there will not be any exception, what all statements will execute. What do you think? If there will not be any issues in the code, then what all statements will run? If there is no error, what all statements will run? What do you think? One, 2, 3, 10, 12. All right. It's wrong, Kushal. So statement 1 is fine, perfect, no issues. Statement 2 will run fine, perfect, no issues. Statement 3 will run fine, perfect, no issues. Statement 4 will run fine, perfect, no issues. Statement 5 will run fine, perfect, no issues. Statement 6 will run fine, perfect, no issues. Statement 8 will run fine, perfect, no issues. Statement 9 will run fine, perfect, no issues. Statement 11 will run fine, perfect, no issues. Statement 12 will run fine, perfect, no issues. That means statement number 7 and statement number 10 will not execute. Is that clear to all of you? Whether this will be a normal termination or abnormal termination, it will be a normal termination. Perfect. Is that clear to all of you, all non-techies? Statement 4, 5, 6 will run. मैंने कब बोला कि स्टेटमेंट 3 में एरर आएगा तो यहाँ जाएगा? डिड आई टेल दैट? स्टेटमेंट 3 में अगर एरर आएगा तो डायरेक्ट एक्सेप्ट यहाँ पे जाएगा कुशाल। ये ट्राई का एक्सेप्ट कौन सा है? ये एक्सेप्ट है। देयर इज नो रिलेशन बिटवीन दिस ट्राई एंड दिस ट्राई। This is altogether a different statement. This is altogether a different statement. If something goes wrong here, it will go to statement 10. If something goes wrong here, it will go to statement 7. If something goes wrong here, this will not go to try. Who told you that it will go to try? It's a try inside try. Is that clear to all of you? I don't want any small doubt. Any doubt, please let me know. This try is associated with this except. There is no relation of this try and this try. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि अगर यहाँ कुछ फेल हो रहा है तो यहाँ उसको जाना है. No, this will always run whether this is running, if this will run fine. These three statements will run fine. It will get inside this. If this will fail, it will go directly to this. Then this entire things will not execute. Okay, we'll take all the scenarios. Don't worry. We'll take the scenarios and we'll understand. Case 2. If an exception raised at statement 2 and corresponding except block matched. If something goes wrong in this, okay, and corresponding except block matched means, let's say it's a zero division error. This except block is taking care of zero division error only. Okay, that means if something goes wrong in this statement, this except block is capable enough to take care of that type of error, right? Here I am getting zero division error. Here the exception which I have raised is for zero division error. Then what will be the output? If something goes wrong in the statement 2, what all statements will execute? What do you think? One will execute because something goes wrong in 2. So 2 will not execute. If 2 will not execute, something goes wrong, then it will directly go to 10. Then 11. Then 12. Is that making sense to all of you or not? Because something goes wrong in statement 2, it will never get inside this block, guys. It will directly go to the except. अगर यहाँ पे कुछ फेल हो रहा है तो डायरेक्ट तो यहाँ पर आएगा, ये पूरा का पूरा खाली छोड़ देगा. It will not execute any of the statements here. It will directly go here and then the rest of the statements. Is that clear? So that is my case number 2. All right. Case 3. Case 3 will be if an exception raised at statement 2, same here. If the exception raised in statement 2 and except block not matched. Not matched this time. Okay. Now what does that mean? मैंने statement 2 चलाया, I executed statement 2, I got 0 division error, but this except block is not taking care of 0 division error, it is taking care of type error. So if any 0 division error will come, this will not execute. Then what will be the output? What else statement will run? If something goes wrong in statement 2 and this exception handling is not capable enough to take care of that statement 2, then what will be the output? Like what all statements will execute, and also whether it will be a normal termination or abnormal termination. This one we already know, it's a normal termination. This one also you already know, it's a normal termination. But now in case number 3, what all statements will run first of all, and secondly, it is a normal or abnormal. Manish is saying 1, 11, 12. Narayan is saying 1, 11, 12 abnormal. Harshal is saying 1, 10, 11, 12 and abnormal. Okay. Paresh is saying 1, 11 and 12 abnormal. All right. Almost you guys are correct, but not 100%. Okay. Statement 1 will execute. Perfect. In statement 2, it failed. When it failed, it will go to except block. But except block में तो उसकी capability नहीं है कि वो error जो statement 2 में आया उसको take care कर सके. So statement 10 will not execute. Statement 10 will not execute, then it will execute statement 11. Statement 11 will get executed. After that, statement 12 will not execute. Because finally तो हमेशा चलना है, चाहे आपका error आए या ना आए. But उसके बाद की सारी statement मेरी नहीं चलेंगी. It will abnormally exit, and it will just execute statement 1, 11 and abnormal termination. Is that making sense? Because 12 is outside try block everything. There is no relation. If something goes wrong, it will not execute. So 11, 12 की तो बात ही नहीं होती है. 12 तो चलना ही नहीं है. It is just 1. 10 नहीं चलेगा because 10 does not have the capability to take care of the error which is occurred in statement 2. So 10 will also not execute. Then it will go to 11 and then abnormal termination. Is that clear to all of you? Case 4. I will definitely want you guys to, as of now, I'm just creating this type of statement, right? You can also try through print, do as a practice after this class ends, that try to replicate this structure and then put inside any statement like print, divide, division, something like that, and try to see what all things, whatever which we are discussing is happening or not. It will happen. Okay. So for your practice, you can do that. Case 4. If an exception raised at statement 5 and corresponding except block matched, what will happen? Something goes wrong in statement 5, corresponding except block matched. What will happen? What all statement will get executed? Absolutely. Muzallim, you are absolutely correct. Almost everyone are correct. Perfect. Asta is correct. Narayan correct. Kushal is correct. Piyush is... Narayan, you are a bit of wrong. Piyush is correct. Priyanka is correct as well. Okay. Let's discuss. What happened? Statement 1 will execute, no issues. Statement 2 will execute, no issues. Statement 3 will execute, no issues. Statement 4 will execute, no issues. Statement 5 will not execute, Narayan, because something goes wrong here only. I'll not obviously execute करेगा but output नहीं देगा in a simple term. Execute तो करेगा but output नहीं देगा उसको. So it will throw me an error. Now as it is throwing me an error, it will go to statement 7. So 1 2 3 4 7 7 के बाद 8 चलेगा, फिर 9 चलेगा, फिर 11 चलेगा, फिर 12 चलेगा. 10 क्यों चलेगा महेश? 10 तो तब चलेगा जब ऊपर कहीं एरर आएगा. ऊपर कुछ एरर नहीं आया ना. So 1 2 3 4 7 8 9 11 12. Okay. So, and will it be normal termination or abnormal? What do you think? It will be normal termination. Perfecto. Cool. So this is my fourth case. Let's take the fifth case. If an exception raised at statement 5 and corresponding except block not matched but outer except block matched. मतलब स्टेटमेंट 5 में कुछ इशू आया, लेट्स से जीरो डिवीजन एरर आ गया. Zero division error came in here, but this except block does not have the capability to take care of zero division error. But this except block has a capability to handle zero division error. Then what will happen? What all statements will run? What do you think? Statement 1 will execute, statement 2 will execute, statement 3 will execute, statement 4 will execute. Something goes wrong in 5, so it will go to statement 7. No capability it has, so it will execute statement 8. Then 9 will execute or not? 9 will not execute. It will go to 10, then 11, then 12. Okay, because statement 9 is what? It's a part of a above try block. It is not part of an inner try block. So if something goes wrong in any of the statements here, this will not come. So statement 9 will not execute. It will. Now what happened? Something goes wrong here, then something goes wrong here, then this executed, because finally will always execute. It executed and then it will directly jump to statement 10. Okay, so output will be something like statement 1 2 3 4 5 goes wrong, 7 goes wrong, 8 10 11 12. Okay, and will it be normal or abnormal termination? It will be a normal termination. Okay, so this is my case number 5. Till this point, all of you guys are clear. All the scenarios which we discussed, are you guys perfectly fine with that or not? Case 6. If an exception raised at statement 5 and corresponding inner and outer block not matched, now what will happen? अब तो इनर ब्लॉक भी मैच नहीं कर रहा है, आउटर ब्लॉक भी मैच नहीं कर रहा है. What will be the output? What do you think? 1 2 3 4 5 में फेल हो गया, इट विल गो आउट. चेक इन 7 नहीं चल रहा, 8 चलेगा, यस. सो 1 2 3 4 8. 9 नहीं चलेगा, 10 में चला, 10 में भी एक्सेप्शन हैंडल नहीं हो रहा है, तो 11 चलेगा. 11 चलने के बाद बाहर चला जाएगा. एबनॉर्मल टर्मिनेशन. 12 विल नॉट एग्जीक्यूट गाइस. 12 क्यों चलेगा? 12 तो आउटसाइड है पूरा. So 1 2 3 4, then 8, then 11, then abnormal termination. Milind, Piyush, Muzallim, Narayan, all of you guys told 12. Why? 12 तो मेरा ट्राई के अंदर है नहीं ना, तो बाहर है. It's a normal statement. It will never run. If my exception handling is not taken care in the try except block, why this statement 12 will run? It will not. Okay. Statement 1 2 3 4 5 failed. 6 7 7 नहीं चलेगा, एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक नहीं हैंडल हो रहा है. 8 चल जाएगा बिकॉज इट्स अ फाइनली. 9 नहीं चलेगा, 10 फिर से फेल हो गया, 11 चलेगा, 12 नहीं चलेगा. सो इट विल बी abnormal termination. Okay, 1 2 3 4 8 11. 1 2 3 4 8 11. Okay. Now case number 7. If exception happened in 7 and the except block not matching, there are chances that in my exception also there will be some error. So my case number 7 will be, if an exception raised at statement 7 and corresponding except block matched. करस्पॉन्डिंग एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक इसका कौन सा है? ये तो खुद ही एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक में है, तो उसका करस्पॉन्डिंग एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक कौन सा होगा? ये वाला होगा. सो व्हाट ऑल स्टेटमेंट विल रन इफ समथिंग गोज रॉन्ग हियर? तो पहले तो क्वेश्चन ही आता है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द क्वेश्चन अराइजेस दैट स्टेटमेंट 7 पहुंचेगा कैसे? स्टेटमेंट 7 तक पहुंचेगा जब इन 3 में एरर आएगा. एग्री? If I will get an error in statement 4 or 5 or 6, then it will go to statement 7. All agree to it? So let's say statement 1 happened, 2 happened, 3 happened, 4 fail हो गया suppose. Then it will go to statement 7. अब statement 7 भी fail हो गया. Then it will go to finally, because finally तो चलना ही है. Then it will go to 10. It took care of the error. Then 11. Then 12. Then normal termination. Is that clear to all of you? So statement 1 2 3, let's say 4 में एरर आ गया तो 4 नहीं चलेगा, मतलब चल के एरर दे देगा. 7 में फिर से एरर आ गया, 8 चलेगा, 10 चलेगा, 11 चलेगा, 12 चलेगा एंड नॉर्मल टर्मिनेशन. ओके. That is how it will work. 1 2 3, suppose 4 चल गया, 5 में एरर आ गया तो 4 चलेगा, 5 में एरर आ गया है, राइट. सपोज 6 में एरर आया तो 4 5 चलेंगे. सो हियर 4 5 6 is basically we are not sure कौन सा चलेगा. It is purely कि 4 5 6 में whenever I am getting error it will go to 7. So there are chances that 4 ran fine, 5 ran fine, 6 failed. There are chances that 4 failed, 5 ran obviously will not run, 5 6 obviously will not run. There are chances that 5 will fail, so 4 will run, 5 will fail, and then it will go to 7, right? So the possibility is that all 3 may run, in the third it will fail, in the second it may fail, or at the first only it may fail. So that depends purely based on which line it is failing. Case number 8. If an exception at statement 7 and corresponding block not matched, corresponding block not matched, अब यहाँ मैच नहीं हो रहा है. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 पे आया, 7 के बाद ये मैच नहीं हो रहा है, तो 7 के बाद तो पहले फाइनली चलाएगा 8. 8 ran fine. After that it will go to 10. 10 is not taking care of this error, then it will run 11. It will not run 12 and throw me an abnormal termination. Clear? 1 2 3, then 8. Suppose in line number 4 something goes wrong, so 1 2 3, then 8, then 11, then abnormal termination. All clear to you? Termination. Okay, next case, case number 9. If an exception happens at statement number 8, if exception happens at statement number 8 and corresponding except block matched, what will happen? First of all, we have to understand statement 8 पे आएगा कब. We already know statement 8 पे it will always come, whether there is an error or there is no error, it will come to statement 8. Agree? Whether there will be an error or no error, statement 8 will always run. Agree all of you? Now let's say मेरा statement number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 सब चल गए, 8 भी चल गया, but 8 फेल हो गया, 8 failed. Then it found the error in, like it took the care of, it took care of that error in statement number 10. What will happen? What will be the output? After 8 it goes to 10. 10 took care of the error which happened in 8. What will be the output? Let's say 4 5 6 7 everything ran, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, something goes wrong in 8, it will directly jump to 10. 10 took care of that, then 11, then 12, right? Perfect. So here my case 9 is, if an exception at statement 8 and corresponding except block matched, then statement 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 10 11 12 and normal exit, normal termination. Okay, now here statement 4 may run, may not run, not sure, right? Statement 5 may run, may not run, not sure. Statement 6 may run, may not run, not sure. Statement 7, may run, may not run, not sure. But we know that statement 8 in any case will run because it is under finally block. After that, statement 9 will not run because something goes wrong in statement 8. It will directly jump to 10. After that, it will take care of the error. After that, 11 and 12 will execute. Clear to all of you? This scenario, what do you think? If an exception at statement 8 and corresponding except block not matched, that means 10 पे मेरा error नहीं taken care. It is not taken care at statement number 10. It will run finally 11 and then abnormal termination. Clear? Ten will be removed, 12 and abnormal termination. Okay, 4 more cases left. Till this point, all of you guys perfectly fine or not? This is very extensive exception handling we are discussing, guys. You will never find this type of detailed discussion. All right, so leverage this. Case 11, and this will make you ready for an interview. So you can perfectly go and tell, I worked on exception handling and these are the scenarios we faced, right? So we are, you see, we are going very much deeper and trying to understand these things. Case 11, if an exception at statement 9 and corresponding except block matched. Something goes wrong in statement number 9. Corresponding except block matched. What will happen? Now things are tricky. Tell me, 1 will execute, 2 will execute, 3 will execute, 4 will execute, 5 will execute, 6 will execute, 7 will execute, 8 will execute. Not sure. Tell me now. I'm confused. So statement 1 will execute, 2 will execute, 3 will execute, 4 will execute, 5 will execute, 6 will execute. Let's say 4, 5, 6, anything goes fail, 7 will execute. 7 will have to take care because 7 अगर मेरा fail हो जाता है तो डायरेक्टली फिर बाहर आ जाएगा, स्टेटमेंट 9 नहीं चलेगा. ओके, स्टेटमेंट 8 चलने के बाद डायरेक्ट 10 पे चला जाएगा वो. तो मुझे 9 में एरर आ रहा है. दैट मींस the above line of the codes are perfectly fine. There will not be any issue in above line of a code. That's why it is reaching successfully at statement 9. Clear? First of all, statement 9 में तभी आएगा जब ऊपर के सारे issues taken care होंगे. Make sense? Then it came to statement 9, something goes wrong, it will go to 10. In 10 it is taken care. So 10, then 11, then 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 may happen, may not happen, 8 will happen, 9 failed, 10 will execute, 11 will execute, 12 will execute. Clear? So statement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 may happen, may not happen. You can say that 4 also may happen, may not happen, not sure, may happen, may not happen, may happen, may not happen. Then 8 will happen, 9 failed, 10 will run fine, 11 will run fine, 12 will run fine, and normal termination. Clear, all of you? Case number 12, not matched. अब तो बिना देखे हम बता सकते हैं 1 2 3 4 may happen, may not, 5 may not, 6 may not, 7 may not, 8 9 में एरर आया, 10 ने टेकन केयर नहीं किया, 11 चलेगा because it's a finally, and then 12 will not execute. Abnormal termination. Make sense? Right? Let's see here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 में आ गया. Something goes wrong, went to 10, did not taken care, goes out, 11 will execute, finally will always run. Then abnormal termination because my error didn't taken care. Okay, now this is my case number 12. Case number 13. If an exception raised in statement 10, guys, exception happened in statement number 10. Oh my god, will it be normal or abnormal termination? First of all, tell me that. Abnormal, absolutely. Abnormal होगा मतलब 12 तो चलना ही नहीं है, तो 1 to 11 1 to 10 जितना भी चल रहा है 11 चलेगा, फिर 12 नहीं चलेगा. Abnormal termination, right? So basically I'm not sure what all statement will run at the top. Error may be anywhere, but statement 11 will run, that is for sure, and abnormal termination, right? 10 पे कैसे आएगा? 10 पे तभी आएगा जब any of the error happen here, then only it will come to 10. So let's say पहले में फेल हो गया, दूसरे में फेल हो गया, तीसरे में फेल हो गया, कहीं पे भी फेल होगा, वो डायरेक्ट 10 पे आएगा. अब 10 भी फेल हो गया, एग्जीक्यूट करेगा 11, 12 एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करेगा बिकॉज ये खुद ही एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक ही फेल हो चुका है. So it's an abnormal termination and it will execute statement 11 at the end and abnormal termination will happen. Milind, clear? Because your answer is bit correct, but is that clear, right? Okay. If something goes wrong in statement number 11 or statement number 12, case 14, if an exception raised in statement 11 or statement 12, what will happen? स्टेटमेंट 11 में एक्सेप्शन आ गया, इसको तो टेकन केयर करने के लिए कुछ है ही नहीं, कोई ब्लॉक ही नहीं है, या यहाँ पर एक्सेप्शन आ गया, इसको भी टेक केयर करने के लिए ब्लॉक ही नहीं है. तो यहाँ पे मैं क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ कौन सा स्टेटमेंट चलेगा, तो कोई क्वेश्चन आता ही नहीं है बिकॉज वी आर एट द एंड ऑफ द कोड. द क्वेश्चन इज वेदर इट विल बी एबनॉर्मल और नॉर्मल टर्मिनेशन. व्हाट डू यू थिंक? Will be abnormal. Okay, so these are the 14 cases which we have all the possibilities, right? We almost cover everything, all the possibilities which we can have. Now I want you guys to play around with this. अभी तो मैंने यहाँ पे statement 1 2 3 लिख के करा है. I want you as a homework, I want you guys to do, right? Just a print statement, that is also fine, right? You can take some syntax error or do some division error or type error. Play around with this, create these 12 different statements and try to understand each and every case. Whatever we discussed, that should happen and that will happen. Okay, so these are the 14 cases which we have, and this is the very first class of exception handling. I'll share this file with you guys. You guys can play around with this and we'll discuss it further in the next class. Clear, all of you?